Hi friends, I'm Pastor Diana. Welcome to a weekly Pastor's Update. This week, we wanted to interview Rebecca DeCecco, our Executive Director of our Discover Zone Preschool and Childcare Center, about what has gone well since the reopening mid-June, and then also how we are working to meet the needs of our community. It's back to school time and there is a lot of questions and uncertainty, but the Discover Zone is there. The staff and the leadership are being proactive to make sure that Florence continues to live into being the servant church in this community that people have come to know and rely on. It's how we are spreading God's abundant love, grace, and acceptance. So let's listen in on my interview with Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me, Rebecca. So tell me, how has the reopening of the Discover Zone gone?
So we have actually been really pleased with how well the Discover Zone reopening has gone. We did a lot of pre-planning before we came back, and we had a successful reopening with the teachers on June 8th. They came back for a week of pre-training. It made up for all of the training that we had missed during our closure that we were planning on doing, and then it has given us time to do all of the training that we were going to do this fall. And then the children came back on June 15th. We put out a lot of information to parents before the children came back, and so the parents came in really well prepared for our drop-off and pickup procedures. They did a really great job with following all of those regulations and asking questions and making sure they were well informed. We put out a lot of informational videos, so everybody came back ready to follow those drop-off and pickup procedures, ready to follow the rules, and actually it's gone really, really well. Teachers have done really well, lots of training and lots of information. It's gone remarkably well. Honestly, all things considered, it could have gone crazy, but it really hasn't. So we've been really well pleased with how reopening has gone. We're on restricted capacities, but we're as full as we can be on those restricted capacities. So all in all, great.
Fantastic. It has been wonderful to see this place come alive with kids again. And I've had church members talk about how impressed they were with all your wonderful videos and preparations. So what are the future of the Discover Zone? It's back to school time. There are a lot of questions. What's next?
Right now, we are working with the school system and several schools in the area. So what people may not realize about Discover Zone is because of where we sit, we are on the Boone County-Kenton County line, which means that we serve Boone County schools, we serve some children in Kenton County schools, we also serve some children in Erlanger-Ellesmere schools, Heritage Academy right next door. We also have children from St. Paul. So we are actually pulling from 3 different school systems and 2 different private schools. Occasionally, we also have Walton Verona children in here and some Campbell County school children in here. So we are trying to make all of this work with all of those different school systems, their virtual learning plans, and their NTI plans. So realizing that we were one of those centers that's just a very unique demographic location to pull from all of these school systems, we realized we were going to have a challenge on our hands with the upcoming school year and all of the different virtual learning hybrid plans that these schools have. So we took a step back and we realized we were going to have to meet some needs here. Other child care centers are either not able to meet those needs or they're just not ready to take that step. So it's our job, not only as a child care program, but as a ministry in Boone County, to be able to step in and meet that need. We also have some extra space available to us that other child care centers just really don't have. Even if they wanted to, they don't have it. We do. So we worked with child care licensing to make some plans to be able to meet those needs, create some spaces for our children here where they can plug in and do their NTI and virtual learning on the days that they're not in school. It's looking like most of our parents have chosen for Boone County and Kenton County to go with hybrid learning plans. So they're going to be doing some days each week in school and some days here at Discover Zone where they will be plugging in and doing virtual learning here. We're going to provide them with some nice quiet spaces to do that virtual learning, some supplies that they need. They'll be bringing their own Chromebooks and things like that, but we'll be providing that space for them to do their virtual learning and then of course their playtime afterwards when they're done. Then there will be Erlanger-Ellesmere school children that will be with us 5 days a week, all day, because that school system has chosen to go to completely online learning, at least for the first half of the school year. So we're still making plans. That's our goal this week, is to get those plans nailed down and on paper so that we know exactly where these children are going to go, who's going to be with us, and then to open that up on August the 7th to the public so that children who are not already enrolled in Discover Zone and Adventure Zone can get enrolled, and we can fill in those gaps for children from outside that are not enrolled yet, fill in those gaps with those children from the community.
One more question, Rebecca. So tell me what it means for the Discover Zone to be able to respond to this need during this global pandemic.
So as we were finding out more and more information about the schools and what they were going to do and what other local child care centers were able to do and not able to do, we realized very quickly that this was going to fall on our shoulders because of where we're located and because of the space that we do have available. And at first it was a little daunting, and then we realized that, hey, you know what, we're lucky enough to have this space, and we're lucky enough to have the support from the congregation and from the leadership here that we can meet this need. Discover Zone and Adventure Zone has always had a really popular school age program. We're well equipped to handle school agers because we do have a full-size gymnasium here that we can use for our school age programming. We just happen to have a space that's really conducive to housing school age children. So we're very lucky in that regard. So after we kind of got over that initial shock of, hey, we're gonna have to do this, we're gonna have to meet this need, and how are we gonna do it? And we spoke with licensing, and of course they were able to really help us out with how to structure this. We're like, we can do this, we can do this. This is gonna be difficult, but we can definitely do it. And we're really actually excited to have these kids here with us this upcoming, at least for this, the first half of the school year, and then we'll see what's going to happen the second half of the school year. We never know. But for the time being, while we're ironing out all of these plans and getting ready to have these guys here, we're super excited to be able to do this for the community. We're also working with another local childcare partner to make sure that between the two of us and our 3 centers, that we've got plenty of space for all of these school agers. That center is also in the same position where she's very close to the county line. So she and I are working together to make sure we've got this covered.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, and thank you so much to all our Discover Zone staff and parents who are helping us be responsive to the needs in our community. Will you pray with me? Gracious and loving God, we give you thanks that you are equipping us and empowering us to join you at work in the world. Help us to continue to be responsive to the needs in our community and to be the servant church that you call us to be. And may each and every one of us be filled with your abundant love, grace, and acceptance, and share that with the world. Amen. Have a blessed day.